Joined in studio by Basic Education spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga. Elijah, thank you very much for your time this morning. You have the department has rejected these findings. Why?
Because it's a perception index. It's not based on research, and we have a problem with that.
What exactly is a perception index, if you can explain to us? How would they have arrived at these findings?
It means that they did not test our learners to establish their literacy or numeracy rate. They did not involve our educators. They did not go to any school. What they do is they conduct interviews with some business executives, and they are asked how they feel.
From South Africa?
Yes.
South African executives,
yes.
Okay.
And they ask them how they feel about the quality of education in the country, and they tick a box and say, we feel it belongs here. And we have a problem with that because it's not scientific, therefore it's not credible or accurate.
So where do we stand in terms of maths and science, and just, I mean, from your information and what's going on in schools and what's going on, those going into the workforce as well, how are we faring?
We've made significant improvements. The research work that has been done, particularly the TIMSS and PEARLS, indicate that South Africa has made a significant improvement in maths and science, and I'm talking about the report which was last published in 2011. But also the SACMEG report, which is a regional report on the African continent that compares us with other countries, also indicates that we are making significant improvement. But above that, we also have our own annual national assessment, which helps us see the challenges where they exist. And since we established this, we have since gone to implement initiatives that are making improvements in the system. And that is evident even in the passes in maths and science of the metric results of 2013.
So are you planning to sort of do anything about these findings? They are out there. The world has seen them and is aware of them. Are you going to challenge them any more than what you've done already?
Oveka, these are not findings. These are perceptions.
Perceptions. Okay,
yeah.
these perceptions, my apologies, these perceptions.
Far from fact. So we can't entertain such because it is not based on fact. Our learners were not tested, no examinations were taken, and we feel that people are just making opinions about our quality of education in South Africa. But what we have since done to address the issues around maths and science, because it's been an ongoing debate. The minister established a task team to focus on maths and science and how this could be improved. And what since happened was that the task team made recommendations, and we're implementing those. We'll be establishing maths and science institutes across the country. Each province will have one. It will be managed from Pretoria. And also the International Maths Olympiad is coming to the country for the first time in the history of the country, which is a recognition of the work that we are doing to improve maths and science and technology teaching in this country.
So aren't you interested to know who those executives might be, the ones that were interviewed?
Well, we know who they are. That's why we feel that we feel that we can't really spend time on perception when fact is there. And if they were really serious, they would go to our schools, test some learners, and then give us how they feel about it. Because we test 7.2 million learners every year on annual national assessment, and we use that data to fix the challenges that we have in the system.
All right, moving on to other issues involving the Basic Education Ministry, we see that the Human Rights Commission has fingered the Department of Education in a special report. It relates back to the ongoing textbook saga, and the Human Rights Commission undertook this investigation into the delivery of learning material and found that the department has severely compromised children's basic rights to education. Just your comment on that.
That report is based on what they found to have happened before we put the Department of Education in Limpopo under administration. Okay. When the National Department intervened, it was because there were system challenges in that province. We moved in there to assist the province. What we did was to get correct data and be able to deliver the necessary books that were required in those schools. But the Human Rights Commission gave us the preliminary report in April last year. And since then, we've implemented most of their recommendations. So in other words, the report which they published last week has been overtaken by time. Because, yes, because most of the things they're talking about, we've already addressed. That's why we feel confident that those challenges will never occur again.
Okay, and the other big story this week is the school in Turffontein and the underwear search of the schoolgirls undertaken by the principal there. Just what is happening? What's the latest on that story? Well,
the MEC of Education in Gauteng went to the school yesterday. He held a meeting where he got a preliminary report which indicated that the rights of those learners had been violated in terms of their privacy, and he ordered the school management to apologize to all the learners. I think it's from grade 10 to 12, and that apology has since been done. And now the Human Rights Commission will investigate to establish exactly what happened. And the MEC indicated yesterday that he would then take it from there in terms of the next course of action.
So you're leaving it to the Human Rights Commission for now?
Well, that's what he indicated. We were at national, so this is a provincial matter that the province is handling.
All right, thank you very much for that education wrap.
Know more about your world.
eNCA.com